Alright, welcome to a Star Wars Legion battle report. My son enjoys the Star Wars theme, and this is another 2-action rotating turn style of game. We normally play full-scale battles with friends at 800 points, but for today we're just using the core box. We have a lot of Imperial stuff and not so much of anything else. He still wanted to play though, so we're going to make it happen. We're going to play in the skirmish format at 425 points. So a 3x3 area will be used instead of a 3x6. If you've never seen or played Star Wars Legion, it is made by Fantasy Flight Games, the same company that makes X-Wing, Armada, and numerous others. I'd like to give a quick thank you for your support. We started doing this with zero experience and have learned so much with your help. We have much more planned with Warhammer 40k Crusade, and we have a lot on the painting table with Indomitus and Bolt Action, also continuing coverage with Necromunda and Flames of War. Today's mission will be Elimination, and at the end of the game, each player will gain a victory token for each defeated enemy unit, and one additional token for each defeated enemy HQ, elite, or heavy support. Weather conditions are Dawn, meaning during the first round, units cannot perform ranged attacks beyond range 2. For deployment, we'll be using Meeting Engagement, essentially deploying in opposite corners. With both lists clocking in at 424 points, the Imperial player has won a roll-off to be the blue player. The Imperial force will consist of Darth Vader with Saber Throw and Force Choke, 2 units of Stormtroopers with DLT-19 options and targeting scopes, and 1 unit of 2 74Z speeder bikes with long-range comms. The red player with Rebels will bring Luke Skywalker with Jedi Mind Trick, Force Push, and Emergency Stems, 2 units of Rebel Troopers with Z6 options, an additional Trooper Mini, and targeting scopes. In addition, an AT-RT with HQ uplink and rotary blaster will be in heavy support. Let's get down to deployment and start our first Star Wars Legion battle report. Alright, both sides have played standing orders and the Imperial player has rolled off to go first. We're going to see the Stormtroopers make a move up, and then they're going to make a move again. One of the things I like about this game is you move with this movement tool, but you only move the leader and you conform everything else around him. So we'll see the leader move up, and the rest of the group can conform within 1 movement tool radius around the leader in any direction. So a fantastic way to speed up the movement of this game. You're not measuring individual models. Next up, we're going to see the Rebel player. They are going to move forward with their standard movement, and then we're going to see the rest of the troops push up from the leader to actually get into line of sight. Now, we are playing with Dawn, so they can't shoot past range 2, but the troopers are within range 2, so they are going to unload some shots right here. The Z6 weapon is going to fire out 6 white dice. The rest are going to get 1 black die each, and we're going to see 4 hits and a crit here. Defense rolls are taken for the troopers and only 1 save. So there's going to be 4 troopers cut down right off the bat. Next up, we're going to see Vader move up. He is very slow, so he moves at a 1 movement tool range. So he is going to move twice and try to get up and lend some support to these wounded stormtroopers. Next up for the Rebels, we're going to see the AT-RT move forward, and he is not going to be able to get into range to fire, so he's just going to hang out here. Then we're going to flip back over to the Imperial player. We're going to see these stormtroopers. They are just going to move up, getting behind some cover and waiting for the dawn to be over. We are then going to see Luke Skywalker do a double move here as he looks to reposition across the battlefield, moving very quickly. And then we are going to flip back over to the speeder bikes, who are going to do a compulsory move, and this is where you are doing a forced move. They go over this barricade here without any trouble. They are going to do a normal move for their first action, and then they are going to take shots at the Rebel Trooper unit, who is now come into range 2. So they're going to fire out what we call a rainbow here. They're both going to get rainbow, so a double rainbow. And every single one of these shots will hit. Now, we are giving cover to the troopers, light cover, so that will remove one of the hits. But you're going to see 6 hits come across here. 1 will get removed for cover, so the result will be 5. Defense dice are going to be rolled out, and that is not very good. So that surge will convert to a defense. There will be 4 troopers cut down. The other Rebel Trooper unit is going to move up at speed 2, and then they're going to take shots at these speeder bikes, and they're automatically going to get 1 cover. They are in cover anyway, so it will be a cover 2. They're going to fire out with their A280s in black and the Z6 getting 6 white dice. So shots are going to go out. It's actually a really good roll from a hitting perspective, and you're going to see 2 of these dice get removed due to cover, and then that's going to be left with 3. White dice are rolled out for defense. There will be 1 save, 2 wounds going onto the bikes. They have 3 wounds each. Now, the little yellow tokens that I'm putting down are suppression tokens, and at the end of the turn, 1 suppression token is removed. Nobody had more than 1, so all suppression was removed. You can see 2 wounds on the speeder bikes there. I'm not sure that they even get suppressed. It's just automatic habit that I drop a suppression token when somebody gets hit by fire. Suppression tokens work similar to pinning. It affects your actions for the following turns if you are still indeed suppressed, and it also affects morale. So, the end of turn 1, the Imperial player pushed up the board. The Stormtroopers got into trouble. The speeder bikes came around to support. We'll have to see what happens in turn 2 coming up now. All right, we're going to see Ambush versus Implacable, both 1-pip cards, and the Imperial player will go first. Darth Vader is going to move up. He has Relentless, so he is going to get a free attack action here, and he's going to throw his lightsaber at the AT-RT with 6 red dice. He can convert 3 of these into criticals, and he's going to roll out and convert 2 of these hits to crits. 4 crits going on the AT-RT, defense dice rolled out, all miss. So it's going to take 4 wounds and will become damaged as a result. Darth Vader will then use his second action to take a dodge token. He will also take a wound and shuffle his activation back into the pile. The Rebel Troopers will activate next, getting a bevy of shots at the speeder bikes, and it is going to be a big bucket of fail. We're going to re-roll 1 for precise, remembering that this time. I got this out of order, should have used the aim token first, but I'm going to re-roll 2 for aim token as well, and still comes out just to be a huge miss. The hits are negated by cover. Then we're going to go over to the Stormtrooper, who is going to get eliminated and give up a victory point. We're going to see him do 2 move actions to attempt to get out of line of sight and prevent the Rebels from gaining a victory point. Back over to the Rebels, we're going to see the AT-RT. He is going to pass his check, so he's going to be able to move as normal. He's going to take an aim token and fire at the speeder bikes. He is going to get a handful of hits here. He will surge to crit, so one of those hits will turn into a crit. The defense dice will be failed, and a biker will be taken down. We're then going to see the Stormtroopers. They are going to make a move down the walkway here, and everyone is going to come into coherency around the leader. That will bring them into range of the Rebel Troopers, the group that only has 2 models remaining. They will be at range 3, firing with the DLT-19 and their blasters. They are going to get a few hits there, 3 to be exact, 1 critical. Defense dice are rolled out. That surge will go to a defense, but it will be 2 wounds. There were 2 remaining troopers taken down. We're then going to see a double move from Luke Skywalker as he repositions going around the backside of these barracks here. Then we're going to see Vader activate again, and he activates with 1 fewer action. He's just going to do a move going towards Luke. And then we are going to see the speeder bikes activate last. They are going to do a compulsory move up. They are going to take an aim, and they are going to fire at the AT-RT, which is damaged with 4 wounds. And they're going to fire out the rainbow. One of the hits will convert to a critical due to impact 1. A defense dice will be rolled out and failed by the AT-RT, so 1 more wound taken. He has 1 left. And that is going to bring us to the end of the turn. So the AT-RT obviously on 1 wound remaining. Luke and Darth Vader are going to be coming head-to-head, I assume, next turn, although Vader moves pretty slow. Depends on what's going to be played there. And then we're seeing, stormtroopers push up the field, rebels push up the field. Really, the game is still up in the air at this point. Looking forward to turn 3 coming up now. All right, cards played are Son of Skywalker and Ambush, both 1 pip cards, and the Rebel player did win the roll-off to go first, and the younger Skywalker is going to make a move, and then he is going to move again, charge into contact with Darth Vader. So in getting a much anticipated matchup here, we knew they would have to come to blows before this was over. 6 black dice going out for the younger Skywalker. That surge will become a crit, so we're looking at 3 crits and 2 hits. And then the saves are taken by Darth Vader, and all but 1 are saved. And then he's going to attack again, triggering the Son of Skywalker card, and he is going to get 4 hits and a crit this time, and Vader is going to roll out defense dice, take 2 more additional wounds. That brings Vader's total wound count up to 4, which is half of his health. Next up, we're going to see the speeder bike do a compulsory move, and then he's going to turn around with his blaster and try to shoot at the AT-RT. He is going to aim and fire, and he will get 2 black dice on this shot. Both will miss. He's going to spend his aim token to re-roll these 2, and he is going to get nothing here, needing criticals. We are then going to see the Rebel troopers. They are going to make a move up and turn around the building here to lay down some fire on the speeder bikes. They are going to lay down a ton of fire, as they have been, with 6 white dice coming from the Z6 and 5 black dice. And rolling those out, again, very lackluster shooting on their part. 1 hit is removed to cover, and the other one will be 1 save and 1 fail, putting 1 wound on that bike unit. Then we're going to see the Stormtrooper unit activate next. They are going to fire at the Rebel troopers. They will get cover here, laying down 4 blaster shots, and then the 2 red shots from the DLT-19. They are going to get 2 criticals here, spend an aim to re-roll 2. That's all they're going to get. That will, however, eliminate 2 troopers. The AT-RT activates next, and despite being damaged, he can activate as normal. He is going to aim and fire at the speeder bike being in the front arc. 5 black dice rolling out, and he will get 3 hits and a crit. We will re-roll for the aim, and 1 of those will be removed for cover. The speeder bike will fail 2 of these, so the remaining 2 wounds gone. Then we're going to see Vader activate, and he is going to swing back at Luke. He's going to aim and swing with his 6 red dice. We're going to re-roll some dice here for the aim, and it is going to be 6 hits going against Luke. Defense dice rolling out. There are 2 surges rolled, which do not convert to a block, so 2 wounds will go on to the young Skywalker. Lastly here, we're going to have the Stormtrooper unit that is still on the board. He's going to activate and do a double move, really just denying points to the Rebel player at this point. And this brings turn 3 of 5 to a close. Speeder bikes eliminated there in the lower portion there. That's going to score some points for the Rebel player. Luke and Darth Vader obviously tied up. That's more than likely going to decide this game over the next few turns. The Stormtroopers eliminating a few of the Rebel troopers from distance. Moving into the next turn, we're going to see My Ally is the Force versus Push. Both 2 pip cards, and the Rebel player has won the roll-off to take the priority. They will pass a dodge token over to their trooper unit. and Luke is going to be the random pull here on their first activation. He is going to swing at Darth Vader, taking an aim first. 6 black dice are going out. We didn't do it on camera. We did this afterwards, but we did re-roll that blank. It is still a blank. So it looks like 5 hits are going to go through with a crit. Defense dice are rolled out. 2 more wounds go on to Vader, taking him to 6. Vader will swing at Luke with his lightsaber, swinging 6 red dice. And those are coming out now. He is going to get 5 hits and 1 surge. He is going to spend his aim token to re-roll that surge, trying to get a hit or a crit. He gets neither, so 5 hits going through. Luke is going to roll 5 defense dice, and he is going to save every one of those, popping up with a shield. Those are 50-50 rolls, and all are good. No wounds on Luke. The AT-RT will then move up into position. I asked my son if he wanted to do this. He said, "I'm not going to play like you and deny points." I admire that. He shoots with a rotary cannon at the Stormtrooper unit, and this is going to get 5 black dice that we're going to roll out. And it looks like this is going to surge to crit, so 2 crits and a hit are going to go through. Cover will negate the hit. There will be 2 failed saves here, so 2 troopers will go down. The Stormtroopers will activate next, and they're going to target the AT-RT. We forgot to roll off the suppression here, so they did take an aim. It doesn't affect the shots, though, because as these roll out, they do get 1 crit against that AT-RT with the DLT-19. We use the aim to re-roll. Nothing happens, so again, did not affect the results. The 1 crit goes through, defense dice rolled out, it fails, and that AT-RT goes down, giving the Empire points. Next up, we're going to see the Rebel player. He's going to make a move with his troopers, and he's coming around the little building here, and he is going to target back up at the Stormtroopers. They will get 6 shots with white dice from that Z6, and then 3 black dice from the rest of the troopers. 4 total hits going through. We will remove 1 of these for cover, so 3 saves taken and 2 are passed. So 1 trooper will go down, and they will gain another suppression token, bringing us to the end of turn 4. And moving into turn 5, what a way to end this game. We're going to see Master of Evil getting played for the Imperials versus Return of the Jedi for the Rebels. And the roll-off does go to the Imperial player, as both are 3 pip cards, and Vader drops 3 suppression onto the nearby units, as well as gains a dodge token. Luke also gains a dodge token as well. Vader swings with his lightsaber, 6 red dice. He is going to hit with 5 of them. He is going to use his aim to re-roll, and he's going to get an additional hit. So 6 going to Luke. Going to need to see another good roll here, and it is not. It's completely the opposite. All of these fail. So 5 wounds go on to Luke. That's going to cap him out because he already had 2 on him. Luke Skywalker going down to Vader. The Rebel troopers are going to activate next. They're unable to roll off their suppression. They panic, and they are going to make a move action back towards the nearest board edge. And this is essentially going to wrap things up for this game. So they fall back, and then the Stormtroopers activate. They can still target them with the DLT-19. They're going to shoot with 2 red dice, and he is going to connect with both of these. Defense dice will be rolled out, and 1 will fail, taking down 1 more Rebel trooper, but they are in full retreat, and just in time, as the rest of the Imperials have now showed up. So that is the end of the match, and it looks like that the Imperials are going to come away with a victory with a score of 5-2. So really hope you enjoyed this battle report of Star Wars Legion. It was our first one. We have not played this game in some time, but they are coming out with new releases, and it is a lot of fun to play. What we showed you today was just scratching the surface. There's a lot of tactics that go into this game, and a lot more things that go on that we didn't get an opportunity to show you, especially when more equipment cards come into play, as well as force powers and things like that. Plus the units, there's some real synergies that can get created. I've seen some really competitive matches played with this particular game, and it's always been a lot of fun. So let me know what you thought in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and more to come. We will see you next time.